Yo, what's happening? Guys, man, my consistency is even scaring me. How many videos have I posted up there? Guys, look, I'm not trying to run my mouth and keep talking, keep talking. So if the videos are short, 5, 10 minutes, it's because there's not really much you need to talk about. You don't have to keep rambling. I mean, I can just tell you who gonna win and then switch off the camera. No, I'm kidding, man. Well, guys, Charles Oliveira, my man, is back versus Islam, the man that manhandled him in seconds. That was a tough fight to watch. That was a tough fight to watch. Well, let's get this breakdown going. Let's go. All right, guys. So Charles, Makhachev versus Oliveira 2. So obviously, for those of y'all that watch MMA, y'all know what happened in the first fight. And Lord have mercy, Lord have mercy. What do you guys think is going to happen in this fight after what happened in the first fight? So many of you may obviously be counting Charles out and say that, well, there's absolutely nothing bro can do after the first fight and the way he was manhandled. That was bad. But did you guys watch his fight versus Darius? If y'all didn't, I might just remind you. Well, the fight versus Charles and Makhachev did not take that long. You know, Makhachev obviously had a plan to take him down. I personally didn't think taking Charles down was going to be that big of an issue. But obviously it became a big issue. I don't know if he was going through some mental stuff and everything else, but one thing that we know, guys, Charles can adjust. You know, he adjusted, and when he fought Darius, he made mincemeat out of him. The issue that I have with Charles is he becomes way too comfortable on his back. And obviously we know with the Dagestani wrestling, you kind of don't really want to be at the back. Khabib has proven that their wrestling is strong, and you know, there's just things that you don't want to allow. This specific position you guys are currently seeing, Charles is very comfortable being in this position, you know, because he is that confident in his grappling. You could have gone for a triangle here. You could have gone for a reverse armbar, which is currently trying to go for a triangle. But guys, as much as you are good, sometimes you just want to avoid certain things, especially when you're fighting these Dagestanians. I personally think Charles has done the right adjustments, and that's the reason why he didn't want to fight him immediately. He needed to regain his confidence, he needed to reassess and reposition himself. Who do I think takes this fight this time around? Well, guys, there's a fight that occurred between Makhachev and our boy from the lightweight division, and obviously you guys know who I'm talking about. Well, like I said, guys, y'all know who I'm talking about. Winner by unanimous decisions, guys. I personally did not give him a unanimous decision win. I think Volks won this fight. You guys can go argue with your bananas. Honestly, Volks won this fight. But even though we can say whatever it is, in the end of the day, Charles is still champion. Makhachev is still champion. That's the story, and that's where it is. We can argue all we want. That's the reality. But the one thing that happened in this fight is that he got exposed. He got exposed big time. And it was a 5-round fight. So you can only imagine. He got massively exposed. I think Charles is paying a lot of attention to this fight and seeing where he can adjust. And Charles' grappling is definitely better than Volks. So, what do I think happens in the second fight? I think the second fight, Charles comes in much more relaxed and much more calm. My concern is that Makhachev was tagging Charles in that stand-up. There was a lot of recklessness that Charles showed in that fight that I hope in this second fight he will not show. Which direction am I leaning? I'm deep leaning in the Charles Oliveira direction right now. You know, I love Charles. I think he's an amazing fighter. He's an exciting champion. At the moment, nobody really wants to see this guy fight because everybody knows what to expect from him. Maybe when he starts knocking out people and not necessarily submitting them because everybody expects them to submit guys, you know, maybe people are going to love it. I'm excited about this rematch. I don't know what you guys think, man. All you guys think I'm going to take this. A lot of you are obviously thinking Makhachev's got this, but I personally think Charles Oliveira is going to shock us. He's going to be champion again. And I hope that there's not an immediate rematch so we can have some exciting matchups to happen because people are just not that excited to see anybody match up with bro here because it's like, what are you going to expect? What are you going to get? It's going to be the same thing. Guys, is it his fault that he's that good on the ground? No. But nobody wants to see a grappling match. We want to see an MMA match, period. So obviously there are certain things that we know it's going to happen. So it's going to be a grappling match in the end of the day. But also my concern is Charles becomes extremely reckless and rushes in and he might get caught. I hope that doesn't happen because that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? So my prediction for this fight is that Charles revenges and becomes champion again. If there's a rematch, oh gosh, I'm so not excited about that. But it should be a good one. So you guys let me know. What do you guys think? Comment below. Let me know. Who do you think takes this fight and why? And which round do you think this fight ends? I think this fight goes all the way to the championship rounds for the chances for Oliveira to actually win it. I know a lot of people say that he ends up guessing out and all that, but I think bro is doing the right thing. I think losing this title the way he lost it kind of really kicked him in the knickers. You know, made him feel like, you know what, I need to stop playing. You know, Charles is a new man every single fight, so I'm really excited to see where this fight ends up. So yeah, man, guys, comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Charles Oliveira versus Makhachev. I think Charles takes this fight and becomes champion again. And I would love to see Aljo versus Charles. That's gonna be very interesting. I still think Charles takes that fight. I love my boy Aljo, but come on now, boys. I'm your boy Uncle P. Peace. I'll see you guys on the next one.